Without much further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker for the night. Our first speaker will be Marcus Sibley. Marcus is the New Jersey State Conference NAACP Environment and Climate Justice Chairman and the New Jersey Progressive Equitable Energy Coalition Chairman and the President of the Southern Burlington County NAACP. Marcus, we're so pleased to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Kai, and welcome to everyone. It is a pleasure to be on this town hall tonight, virtual, and I'm glad that we're all able to make it. Again, my name is Marcus Sibley, and I bring greetings on behalf of the New Jersey State Conference NAACP, where our president is Richard T. Smith. The New Jersey NAACP is eager to support initiatives aimed at healing historic harms. The Build Back Better Act represents a once-in-a-generation opportunity to invest in traditionally disadvantaged communities, addressing generations of systemic racism. Investing in climate and environmental solutions is investing in jobs, and we must create pipelines to middle-class careers for Black communities and other families of color to ensure what the Garden State produces also matches the national perception. See, at the same time, we need to focus our efforts on remediating environmental hazards like lead pipes, so families are no longer fearful of what flows from their faucets. The reality of being Black in America is that all of our fights are always twofold. See, when we hear Build Back Better, we hear restoration, we hear rejuvenation, we hear a concerted effort to repair historic harms. Yes, when we hear the justifications for Build Back Better agenda, we hear the same case we've always made for reparations. Yes, the R word, because you can't acknowledge how the Black community has systemically been torn down, but then remain silent as we fight to build back better. Our plight is not a talking point. You can't speak about climate and environmental prioritization if you're furthering the exploitation. That means prioritizing job training and job placement for the historically harmed. You can't speak about fleet and building electrification without Black and other communities of color representation at the tables that matter. We can't speak about lead pipe remediation without focusing on Black quality of life restoration. It is time for an environmental justice reconciliation. The data is very clear. We're all well aware of the impacts of pollution and that they have on environmental justice communities. So now when we have such a tremendous opportunity at hand and we're saying we're ready to build back better, what we need to do is have specificity in the language. For far too long, our community has been used to get money, but that money doesn't trickle down to the streets where the people need it. So we need everybody in this fight to understand that if you're really going to be a good person, you need to ask the questions specifically, where are those dollars going? How will you ensure that there's specific language to make sure that they will get to the people who need it? Because we continue to prosper while some communities decade after decade are dealing with the same environmental hazards. So we all have a responsibility. We all need to get on our phones. We all need to make sure that our elected officials are doing their job and representing the people who are the most affected, the most exploited, the most vulnerable. So I'd like to thank NJLCV for this opportunity to share this evening. And I would also like to thank our Congressman, Tom Malinowski, who's on with us tonight and giving us an opportunity to speak to him directly because he represents us. And as our job as constituents, we need to be able to speak to our representatives and let them know what's important to us. My name is Marcus Sibley, and Climate and Environmental Justice Chair for New Jersey State Conference NAACP. I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Marcus, for those remarks. It's an honor to be working with you as always. I'm so proud to partner with you in these fights in this moment.